Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining today. Today I wanted to do another Which Shoe For You video where I'm going to compare my favorite uh, two different shoes from two different brands that I use for long road races. The first is the Topo Spectre 2 and the second is the Mount to Coast R1. There are definitely some similarities in both. I've come to where I really don't prefer having plates for long races. I find that the plate, for me personally, gets a little uncomfortable after several miles. I found that both these shoes work good for long distances, and they both got some foam that allow them to be pretty peppy, and they're still fairly lightweight. First, the Spectre 2. It's got the nice wide signature toe box that Topo's famous for. I think that's great because I like having room for my toes to display, particularly in a long run. I don't want to feel cramped up. So these have the nice wide toe box. They've got a nice light mesh upper. They come in at 8.1 ounces in a men's size 9, so very lightweight, and they're pretty cushioned. They are 37 millimeters of stack height in the heel, 32 in the forefoot for a 5 millimeter drop. I tend to prefer between a 0 and a 6 millimeter drop. These are right in there. They work perfectly for me. They have a full P-backs midsole, which makes them pretty bouncy and responsive. But there's still enough, that amount of stack height, the 35 and 32, that they still feel comfortable even going at slower paces for a long run. I'm really enjoying these shoes quite a lot. They are kind of goofy looking with the big heel, but I think they've added that heel to give you some extra stability. They are definitely a neutral shoe, but fairly stable considering how much bouncy foam they have. They wrap around nice. They don't have a gusseted tongue, but they do have Topo's little lace stays, the little pieces of material that go through on both sides for your laces to go through that keep the tongue in place. They're well cushioned around the heel. The tongue is cushioned, but it's not real thick, which keeps the weight down. But it is there's enough there to where it keeps the lace bite from happening. So I have found these to be very comfortable. An improvement they did, that they're fairly rockered, so you roll through your stride well. An improvement they did from the previous version is they thickened the rubber, outsole rubber. So I do think they're going to last longer. I've got about 130 miles in these, and I've done some fairly long runs in them. I found them extremely comfortable. They do want to propel you forward, and with the rocker, they are a fast feeling shoe. The Topo Spectre 2, in addition to an all P-backs midsole, which gives you a really bouncy ride, it also has a really nice rocker, which really helps you roll through your stride. By comparison, I'm very impressed by the new Mount to Coast R1. This is a company that just came out in March of 2024. They target their shoes. They say they're for ultra marathon runners, and this is specifically an ultra marathon road running shoe. It has several similarities to the Topo I just went through. It's still got a nice wide toe box. Now they've got a dual lacing system that's called their tuned fit. But so if you really don't need that much width, you can adjust the forefoot of the shoe separately from the top part and make it tighter through here. But I usually just leave it fairly loose because I do prefer the wider toe box. And they work quite well for me. They're also very padded around the heel collar. They have a fairly padded tongue, a little bit thicker than in the Spectre 2, but that definitely keeps the lace bite down. These are a fully gusseted tongue. I don't know if you can see it, especially with the dark black colorway, but they are gusseted, attached on both sides. As opposed to the Spectre 2 using a full P-backs midsole, these use a PIBA blend, and they call their midsole light cell. but it is a PIBA blend that's doing nitrogen injected, so it's a supercritical PIBA blend foam. So again, has a fair amount of bounce. I don't think it's as tuned for performance. It's not quite as responsive feeling, but it's a very soft feeling. So to me, these actually feel a little softer, but not quite as responsive as the Topo Spectre 2s. So the Spectre 2s, you're going to feel more like rolling, and these still have a little bit of rocker to them, so you roll through your stride. They actually call it a Go Flow. Their shape, which is supposed to help you roll through your stride real well. And I do find them extremely comfortable. These probably are going to give you more of a comfortable, soft feeling for a lot of miles, whereas the Spectre 2 are going to roll through, and they still have a lot of cushion. Both shoes are very comfortable for long periods. The Spectre 2s are going to feel a little more responsive. These are going to feel a little more cushiony, soft, but very similar geometry. Like I said, the 37 and 32 on the Spectre 2s. These are 35 in the heel, 35 in the heel, 27 in the forefoot. They have an 8mm drop, so they're a little bit less stack height, but still a very nice, soft and performance foam. I normally, like I said, don't prefer above a 6mm drop. These are 8, but they actually feel about like a 6mm, so I'm actually very comfortable in these. I've enjoyed them. I do think that there is some benefit maybe to the zero sag insert they have from BASF. It's supposed to help with foot fatigue, keep it down and still keep you feeling soft and cushioned. I actually did not feel very much foot fatigue in the 50-mile run I did in these. I do think that also adds a little bit of torsional rigidity, which I think helps keep them, even though they're considered a neutral shoe, I think it gives them a little bit more stability than you would expect. Anyway, I think both shoes are very good, and I think they have a lot of similarities. I've enjoyed them both. Now this one doesn't have a rubber outsole. It's got what they call a CPU outsole. Time will tell if that really holds up as long. They actually are now making an R1R version of it that has a rubber outsole that weighs a bit more. This has a CPU outsole. But they still say it lasts pretty long, and I've got 70 miles on these, and I see very little wear, so far I'm impressed with that as well. I also think for a road shoe, these have very good grip when it's wet out. They're not, I ran on a 60% gravel, 40% road run down at Snowdrop in these, and the grip was very good on the gravel. I've also run over pavement where it was wet, and I thought the grip was exceptional in them as well. So actually I think both shoes are very good. They'll both work for long races. I think the comfort is good because they both have wide toe boxes. They both got good cushion underneath you. It's a which shoe for you. It's just kind of your choice. If you're interested in both the shoes, I would recommend going and trying them on and just see which one you prefer. Anyway, and their prices are very similar. The Mount to Coast R1 sells for $160. The Topo Spectre 2 sells for $165. So they're within $5 of each other. Anyway, that's kind of my comparison of the two shoes. I enjoy them both. If you have any thoughts on either shoe, or on your thoughts for a long race running shoe you may prefer having a plate, please give me comments down below. Give your opinion so other people can read it. Anyway, other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and keep moving.